What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's Daniel, and welcome back to our video. Today, we are going to be talking about the All-Star Race format, which was announced last night on FS1. Let's just jump straight into it. The first thing we're going to be talking about are the changes coming to this event. So, the things that are going to be changing with this event. The first thing is there's going to be a choose cone rule implemented for the race. For those who don't know what the choose cone rule is, I'll explain it here to you. So, usually on restarts, before we decide to go to restarts, the leader on the one to go gets to choose where they restart, and they're the only one who gets to choose where they restart. Everyone else has to go in their designated positions. For the first time, though, people will be allowed to choose where they go on the restart. So there'll be one to go. There'll be a designated. I don't know if there's going to be a cone. I don't think it's going to be a cone. It's going to be like a box that's going to show up, and they're going to choose which lane to go to. Usually, like I said, do it like that. But so if second place, which is on the inside, wants to go to the outside, they're allowed to do that. And the first person who isn't on the top lane, they would go to the front of the bottom lane. It's a gain in track position, but they would be at a disadvantage because they would lose positions. So that's what makes the choose cone great, and I think it's going to be a really fun experiment. They've never done it, though, in NASCAR's history, so this is really, really exciting. Another change that's coming that isn't as exciting is the number placement. I'm not as big a fan of this change. So what it is, instead of being where it usually is, they're moving it kind of farther back to the rear tires. Some paint schemes are probably going to look okay with it. Others I'm not as excited for. I think it's not the worst it's ever looked, but I'd rather have the numbers where they are traditionally. Honestly, it just makes a lot more sense. I don't want it to change. If it's a season, they might change it for certain races, but I hope that they never change it. But the biggest change of them all is for the first time in this will only be the third track in NASCAR history. Bristol is going to be the host of this year's All-Star Race. I am beyond excited about this. I am extremely excited about Bristol, and I'll explain why later in this episode. So going to this race, fans are going to be allowed in the stands. 30,000 of you guys, some of you who are maybe watching my video right now, will be allowed to attend this race at Bristol, 30,000 fans. Now, originally, fans could choose if they wanted to wear face or mask coverings if they wanted to. Now, it will be required at this race in the common areas, fans will be required to wear masks. Now, when you go to your seat, you can go ahead and take your mask off. And I understand in the sense why they want you to take a mask off and get really hot when you are wearing the mask. But I think it's very smart that this race succeeds if fans do have masks on. I'm not going to talk about my opinions on the mask. You can probably tell. But, you know, it is what it is. I think it's safety. NASCAR wants to be safe. I think they made a good decision in general on the face mask. So, here is how the All-Star format is going to work. So, the All-Star we'll talk about first. It'll be 3 segments. So it'll be 35, 35, and 15. So the first AJCs are 35 laps, and it'll be 15 laps for the final segment. Each segment winner gets into the race automatically, along with the winner of the fan vote. And then we go to the All-Star race. So it'll be 55 laps, 35 laps, 35 more laps, and then the final segment will be 15 laps. What's really exciting about this is that only green flag laps are going to count in that final segment. So we're going to get a green flag finish at the end of this race. I am so excited to be honest with you. I am beyond excited about this final. I think final segment's going to be crazy. But it's also because the track is much shorter. Bristol is only half a mile compared to Charlotte, which is a mile and a half. It's 140 laps. It's going to be probably one of the craziest races we've ever seen. Probably going to be a lot of wrecks. Guys going to be pulling some bold moves. I myself am really, really excited about this All-Star race. I personally have wanted them to go to Bristol Motor Speedway for a very, very long time. I wanted them to go there for since the time I've been watching the sport. I think Bristol puts on the best shows of any NASCAR track on the NASCAR schedule. Canadian Tire is a good track too, but I think that this race puts on a really good show. I think it's going to be a really, really good race. I think the fact that you're going to see both crews, the PJ1 stuff will be applied, so that's going to be really fun to watch. I think the PJ1 group really helps the race. There will be a lot of heat. It's going to be very hot when you go to the race, though. So I definitely recommend bringing some water to the race because it is going to be a very warm race at Tennessee. I am just beyond excited, though, about this race, man. When they announced this about a week or two ago, I could not tell you how excited I was. I've been waiting for years for them to change it. And the reason that they are switching to Bristol, and I'll explain this here, is that Charlotte, they were not told they could go racing. Roy Cooper let them know that fans are not going to be allowed at the stands currently at the moment. The Tennessee governor at that time did not care. He let fans come in. I think this is really good for Bristol. Yes, Speedway Motorsports is definitely going to be getting money from the TV contracts, but I think it's really exciting that, dude, this is going to be, I think this is my most looking forward to All-Star race that I've ever, this is, I think, going to be my favorite All-Star race just because I've ever watched. I hope I'm not exaggerating when I say that. But I am just beyond excited about the All-Star race. I think you're going to see a lot of comers and goers. I think you're going to see a lot of contenders more than usual in the All-Star race. Usually there's like one guy who pretty much dominates the All-Star race because clean air is such a thing. Clean air is going to matter a lot less in this fact. I think clean air really isn't going to matter at all, especially when there's traffic around. I think it's going to be an exciting race. It's going to be fast-paced, probably going to be like an hour long unless there's like a lot of wrecks. And like I said, I do expect that there are going to be a lot of wrecks. The fact that we have some of these changes, the choose rule. I have been really key on wanting the choose rule for certain racetracks. I think if this choose rule succeeds and it goes well, I think that the choose come rule should be, in my opinion, it should be applied to tracks like Atlanta, Texas, Darlington, Bristol, Martinsville maybe, but Martinsville, the Osland has kind of been a lot more prevalent at times in the past. But man, I am just so excited about this All-Star race. I think it is going to be a really, really good All-Star race. So, anyway, those are my thoughts on this year's 2020 NASCAR All-Star race format. So, anyway, I want to thank you guys for watching today's video. Please like and subscribe to the channel, turn notifications on so you can be notified when a video does go live on my channel. I've got some products I'm going to be starting to work on for you guys. I've teased them in the last episode, what you might be getting to see here in the future. I want to start changing up the content on this channel, and I hope to bring that to you guys here in the coming weeks. I got to have a little bit more time off to do that, so I'm going to be releasing that stuff very, very soon. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Links in the description below for that. Comment with your thoughts on today's video. What do you think of all the changes that are coming to the All-Star race? Let me know in the comments below. So anyway, I want to thank you guys for watching today's video, and I will see you guys next time. Take care, everybody.